Hello everyone, how you doing? Today we are in the episode 5 of Overcoming Procrastination, and thereby we're going to be dealing on perfectionism. Before we go into how we are going to deal with perfectionism, I have a story for you guys. It's not my story directly, but I kind of sourced it, I kind of got it from somewhere. Okay, while scrolling on social media, it says I've got a friend. Okay, there's this guy. He has a friend who used to always proclaim that he was a perfectionist. Okay, he took pride in it, especially if something or someone in his immediate environment wasn't right. He always set out to fix it or try to fix them. Almost reflexively, he has high standard. Wow, he has very high standard, which he considered it acceptable, both for him and both for people around him. And because he always see himself as perfect, people began to view him as someone who is weird. You know, he could be hard on himself, but he always say that he could be hard on himself, but he always say that this could help him to become better. Okay. But if he was hard on other people, he would say he is doing it from a place of love. Or he's he wanted every other person. He want every other person to be like him, as perfect as he is. But guess what? Something catchy happened. For someone who is always prattling on about holding himself to a very high standard, he wanted to achieve excellence, perfectionism, blah blah blah. He actually he actually didn't get very much done. That is, he was not resultful. He will work on project for months at a time without showing it to anyone. Who does that? Because it wasn't done yet. And to him, it wasn't as perfect as he envisioned it to be. At the end of the day, he ended up abandoning those projects. He eventually realized that it was because he has reached to a point where he has reached to a point where what he has envisioned in his mind, which is perfectionism, wasn't coming to pass. He will beat himself for months, beat himself for years, beat himself for weeks, either because he was not following through or because he said to himself that he's being stupid. And that why would he work on such project in the first place? That's bad. He spent years of his life on a steady stream of intention, planning, progress, but he never got results. On this note, I'm going to be talking about beating perfectionism. Okay? You see, perfectionism is one of the most deadliest symptoms of procrastination. Because when you have envisioned things to be super perfect, you will end up not achieving anything. It is better things are done than things are it is better things are done better than for things to be done perfectly, because both you and I are not perfect. So don't expect perfect things from imperfect people. Now, how do we deal on what is beating perfectionism in the first place? Beating perfectionism means shifting in your mindset from everything must be flawless to everything must be progressive. Progress should matter more than perfectionism. Do you understand me? Progress should matter more than perfectionism. Do not focus on everything must be perfect. They might be perfect, but you are not making progress. They might be perfect to you, but they might not be resultful. Do you understand me? Not everything that seems perfect to you is resultful. Okay, so what are the ways we are going to deal with this perfectionism? Is recognizing the signs. If you are that kind of person that you constantly criticize yourself, you have constant self-criticism, then you need to deal with it. These are signs of perfectionism. Stop beating yourself up. Stop criticizing yourself. Two, the fear of failure or the fear of judgment. Don't be scared when people correct you. Don't be scared of failing. If you have a symptoms of fear of failure or judgment, then you need to deal with your perfectionism. The first way for you to deal with your perfectionism is recognizing the signs. The signs include constant self-criticism. If you have a fear, or will I say phobia for failure or judgment. You don't like people judging you. You feel like you are all right. You feel like you procrastinate because tasks are overwhelming. These are signs of perfectionism. Okay? You have a difficulty in finishing projects because they are never good enough for you. If you have this problem, this is a sign that you have to deal with perfectionism, because if you don't deal with perfectionism, it will at the end of the day deal with you. That's why most of us in the professional level, academic level, we are not resultful. Okay, everything must not be perfect. You are not perfect. Do not assume to be perfect. You only work towards perfection, but does not mean that you are perfect. Okay? Another way to deal, so if you truly want to deal with it, you have to recognize it. What are those things inside of you that you feel irritated by? Okay, you judge yourself, you criticize yourself, you constantly, consistently criticize others. Those are signs of perfectionism. Okay? It things are better done better than better done than being done perfectly. Okay? Now you need to shift your mindset. If you must deal with perfectionism, you need to work on your mindset. Because one thing I understand about life is that life is governed by what you think. And life and life doesn't work the way it works in your head. I repeat what I said again. Life is governed by what you think. Okay? But life does not work. But life does not work the way you think. Sometimes you need to come out from your assumption level and come into reality. And that reality is everybody will not be perfect. Everybody is working towards perfection. Does not mean everyone is perfect. Okay? So if you're having mind of perfection, I think if you're having that mindset of everything must be perfect, why not you do it that things are done better than perfect? Have the mindset. Okay? Have the mindset of it is better. See, things should be done better than things to be done perfectly. So when it is better, it is in order. When you are always focusing on perfectionism, everything must be perfect. To you, it's perfect, but to others, it might not be perfect. Okay? Another thing is that learn to embrace, position your mind to embracing failure. Because if you must succeed, you must fail. And when you fail, you learn from your failures. Okay? Learn from your failures. Don't just sit there and expect everything to be 100% perfect to you because you are scared of failing. Failures are stepping stones to success. So learn to embrace failure. Failure should be part of it. In fact, to me, I feel like nobody should tell me a story about yourself. Don't tell me a story how you've achieved. Okay? Tell me a story how you failed and how you walked over your failure. To me, I love that kind of story. Don't come to me telling me that, oh, I succeeded, I am a very good person, I am this. No, tell me your flaws. Be open to me to your flaws. Okay? Tell me where you failed, how you failed, and how you have overcome your failure. So position your mind that failures is okay. Position your mind to that failures are stepping stones to success, and it is okay for you to fail. But it is not okay for you to just be there. I think the mentality we have is that failure is when when someone has a step back. No, when you have a step backward, you learn from what took you backward and develop strategies on how you can move forward and learn from those mistakes that took you backward so that you won't repeat those mistakes while going forward, and then life is good. Failure is not failure until you say you have failed. Okay? Set realizable goals. Do not set goals based on assumption. Before setting a goal, come to reality. Okay? Sit down and ask yourself, how can I achieve this goal? Okay, I have set something before me, I have a work before me, how can I achieve it? Then if it is possible for you to break those taxes, those things that you want to do, break them into segments. Okay, segments, when I mean segment, into steps, achievable steps. Okay, achievable steps that you know that, okay, today I have something to do, tomorrow I have something to do, or I have something to do between now and Saturday. I'm going to work on it, and then you take the next step. You take things one after the other, split it, schedule things. Okay. Now, use deadlines. Work on deadlines. What I mean, work on your deadlines. I mean, put a time to yourself. Do not work on, especially those in the professional sector, do not just work on your um the deadline be given to you by your company. Set yourself a deadline. Okay, set yourself a deadline that at so time I should be done with this project. Okay, set yourself a time, an achievable time, a good time, that you know that between this period I can be able before the actual deadline. So set yourself that, okay, I have to work on this project for a month. Probably I should be submitting this project between now and 26th of September. So you set yourself timeline. Okay, today between now, okay, let's say for example today is 15th of August. You say between 15th of August to 15th of August the next month, my own deadline should be 15th of next month. Okay, 15th of September. Okay, so I've set myself a deadline. Between those deadlines, between the deadline I have set, not the actual deadline given to me. Okay, then I set realizable goals for myself. Then I split my work. If it's possible for me to split it among persons or split it among timing, okay, so if it's possible for me to split it, then I split it into timing, into achievable times, and or give it to people who I know that these people can be able to do it or help me, so that I can be able to achieve whatever it is I want to achieve at that set time. Okay, it releases your stress and it gives you time to understand that project in which you're working on, and then focus your mind on it, and then avoid other things, other distractions that might come in the way. Okay, and it's also really, it gives you time to review your project before the actual deadline. So before the actual deadline, you're already prepared and you know your project, and you can be able to defend either your proposal or your project be given to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, number 4 is practice self-compassion. Most of us are compassionate to other people, but we are not compassionate to ourselves. Okay, speak to yourself good words. Speak to yourself words of affirmation. Speak to yourself words of encouragement. Speak to yourself as though you are talking to your friend. When your friend is in a situation, in dilemma, how do you speak to them? Speak to yourself. Speak to yourself goodly. Okay, advise your own self. Do not condemn yourself, but advise yourself. Okay, another one is acknowledge the effort in which you use to carry out the project, not just the results. Okay, acknowledge your efforts too. The result is good, but your effort being used is also something you need to acknowledge. Another thing is that remember that nobody gets it right. Nobody is perfect. Nobody will ever get it right. See, I know people will get it right at some point, but nobody gets it right at the beginning. Sometimes even at the middle. In fact, sometimes even at the end, it gets even more worse. That I've not still gotten myself, but you recognize the fact that nobody gets it right. Okay? All right. So if you fail, it's okay. Accept it. Accept the failure and learn from it and move ahead. All right. Avoid good effort thinking. What did I mean? Your mind. Work on your mind. Most of us hardly work on our mind. Your mental state is important. So there are certain questions I want you to ask yourself. Ask yourself, is this effective? Is this useful? Me trying to be perfect, is it effective enough? Is it useful enough? Rather than saying it must be flawless, I want it to be flawless. Is it flawless? No. That project, don't just focus on, okay, I want to do it. My project must be flawless. But it might be flawless, but it might not give results. Do you understand? Ask yourself, is it effective? Is it useful? Okay. Rather than saying my project must be flawless, these are things you ask yourself. Okay. Then accept 80 to 90% work done. Okay. For example, don't just always accept it must be 100%. It will not be 100%. Well, it will not be 100%. It will not be 100%. So always accept that if it is 80 perfect, if it is 80% good, I'm okay with it. If it's 90% good, I'm okay with it. Do not always seek for 100%. It might be 100%, but it might not yield results. Okay, it might not be effective. But it can be 80% and be effective and useful and birth results. Do you understand me? So always accept 80 to 90% work done as yours, as good. Okay. It- See, avoid 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 the fear of judgment. By all means, challenge the fear of judgment. Avoid it, challenge it, always accept judgment. Don't always feel like you are right. You are not always right. Accept judgment. Allow people to criticize. See, if people don't judge you, you will not know where you're making mistakes. Okay, accept it. Say it is okay for people to, everybody have their own opinions. So it is okay for people to tell me where I am wrong. Okay, accept it and work on it. All right? Don't just accept it and sit down there and begin to judge yourself. Accept it, work on it immediately. Okay, don't judge yourself, don't criticize yourself on anything. I hope this video has helped you. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm also on Telegram. You can also find me on Telegram. You can find all our posts on Telegram. You can also find us on Instagram. We are also on Instagram. All right. So we are on Telegram. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube. So you can get us there and you can get our posts. And subscribe to my Telegram channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also join my group for more conversation on it. And if you have any questions, like I always say, please do well to comment. I will read your comments and I accept questions. Okay, thank you very much. You're welcome. I love you.